you think that Michael Jordan would be as successful without you?
No.
In 2009, when Michael Jordan entered the Basketball Hall of Fame, the first person he mentioned and thanked was Scottie Pippen.
You never just saw me, so Scottie Pippen.
Scottie, it's a fact.
Next year, it was Michael who presented Scottie to the Hall of Fame. When Pippen worked on ESPN and had to do a LeBron versus Jordan comparison, Pippen said this.
And there's no game that I would ever play in and pick LeBron James over Michael Jordan.
But this was in 2018, when Scottie and Michael's relationship seemed like the happiest marriages.
How did it go
While Jordan
bad?
was known to be a harsh teammate who bullied players and even punched Steve Kerr in the face,
Not Scottie.
we never heard those kinds of stories about Scottie.
I'm about to say
And then came the pandemic, and the sporting world stopped.
He has just tweeted within the past 2 minutes that the NBA is suspending the season.
Deprived of anything to cheer for, Netflix offered a 10-episode salvation for all sports fans. It was The Last Dance, a long-awaited documentary about the last season of the Bulls dynasty, with behind-the-scenes footage nobody had ever seen before. And when the documentary came out, that's when Scottie's and Michael Jordan's relationship started to change. See, The Last Dance
Came out on my
wasn't really a
birthday,
basketball
July 19th.
documentary. It was more like basketball was just a means to an end, and where historic NBA events were used to tell a preset narrative. And that narrative was to glorify the cult of Michael Jordan and his place as the basketball GOAT. The Last Dance presented basketball in a way that can be understood.
Last Dance was fire. It came out on my birthday, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Last Dance was fire.
By non-basketball fans and casuals. It was directed in a way that puts an individual over a team, which is not surprising, considering that director Jason Hare needed Jordan's approval to make the film, and that Jordan's presence in the film was conditioned by his control over the content.
Hey, bro.
The Last Dance minimized the roles of Jordan's teammates, not properly explaining that MJ had by far the best supporting cast in the NBA. The documentary never mentioned that Steve Kerr was the most accurate three-point shooter of all time, that Horace Grant made 4 all-defensive teams, or that Tony Kukoc was the best European player and the most versatile power forward in the NBA. The doc barely mentioned a defensive ace Ron Harper, and they completely failed to say a single thing about center Luke Longley. Dennis Rodman got a lot of screen time, but much less as the best rebounder in NBA history, and more of a party animal that Jordan needed to drag by the ears from Carmen Electra's hotel room. But the player who was most heard about the whole thing was Scottie Pippen, and it's not hard to see why.
I had a ruptured tendon in my ankle, and I decided to have surgery late because I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna my summer up trying to rehab for a season.
Scottie Pippen of the Bulls will be out for 2 to 3 months.
What Scottie was trying to do was trying to force management to change his contract. And Jerry wasn't gonna do that.
MJ called out Pippen as being selfish for delaying surgery. That season, Jordan was making $33 million, while Scottie was earning just $2.7.
Oh! Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Now, money can make a nigga mad, but 20-some years later, but dang, Jordan was kind of like, I mean, it's his documentary. Like, how you gonna get mad at the man for doing his documentary the way he want to do his documentary? I mean,
While the second episode of the documentary did center around Scottie and his unbelievably hard road to the NBA, in the end, the focus of the narrative quickly returned to MJ. And despite being so Jordan-centric, The Last Dance was a successful project because it achieved 3 goals. It managed to entertain and occupy the sports world in the biggest absence of sports since the 1860s. It served as a nostalgia for the people who lived through the Bulls dynasty, and it revitalized the interest in Jordan among the younger generations. If we look at the doc as an entertaining story for the masses, The Last Dance absolutely killed and knocked it out of the park. But in terms of explaining basketball nuances and strengthening relationships between the Bulls players, The Last Dance backfired completely. In May 2020, after the last episode aired, Jordan sent a rare text to Scottie Pippen. "What's up, dude? I'm getting a word that you're upset with me. Love to talk about it if you have time." Pippen did call him back and explained his displeasure with how the rest of the Bulls were portrayed. When asked about it, Scottie backtracked a little bit. "This documentary has not changed our relationship. We will be friends forever. I told Michael I wasn't too pleased with The Last Dance. He accepted it. He said, 'Hey, you're right.' That was pretty much it. But it wasn't it, and this comment aged badly really quickly."
Dang.
In 2021, Pippen started to unravel his feelings about Jordan, issuing a series of comments during the promotion of his autobiography titled Unguarded. Scotty told a story about how Jordan used to cheat him out of $100 during each Bulls game by bribing the staff to tell him who was going to win Jumbotron races. During a
Jumbotron races, bragging the staff. Hold on, what? Yo, Jordan was gambling on anything, bro.
Scotty told a story about how Jordan used to cheat him out of $100 during each Bulls game by bribing the staff to tell him who was going to win Jumbotron races. During a GQ interview, Pip accused Jordan of being selfish for leaving the Bulls to pursue a baseball career.
What did you think when he said he was going to go play baseball?
Yeah, it was a big decision, but it was a selfish decision, but it was kind of who Michael Jordan was.
Ooh, how y'all feel about that in the comments though? Cause I mean, it's kind of both. You can see both sides. I'm not saying it's selfish, but I could understand why Scottie Pippen would say it's selfish. Cause you in the middle of your prime. I'm on your team. I want championships like you want championships. You gonna leave us in the middle of the prime? It's kind of hurting me. I can kind of feel Scottie Pippen pain. But I can kind of understand Jordan. My father died. He want me to play baseball. I'm going to play baseball. I'm going to go. Man, I come back and chill. So I
that he spent too much time grieving the death of his father.
Yeah, I can understand.
Scotty also downplayed Jordan's flu game, saying that he didn't receive any praise for playing the 1998 finals with a herniated disc. But the biggest criticism about Jordan the player...
He said, man, forget the flu game, man. I had a herniated disc.
...was when Pippen said that the Bulls didn't win 6 rings because of MJ, and that they did it in spite of him. Seeing again how poorly Michael treated his teammates, I cringed, as I did back then. We didn't win 6 championships because he was tough with the guys. We won in spite of his bullying. We won because we played team basketball, which hadn't been the case my first 2 seasons when Doug Collins was our coach. In his book, Scotty also changed his perspective on the LeBron versus Jordan debate. I may go as far as to say Mike ruined basketball. In the 80s on the playgrounds, we'd have everyone moving the ball around, passing to help the team. That stopped in the 90s. Kids wanted to be like Mike. And Mike didn't want to pass, didn't want to rebound, or defend the best player. He wanted everything done for him. That's why I always believed LeBron James was the greatest player this game has ever seen.
Now look, LeBron James, Michael Jordan debate, y'all can have that. But what I'm going to say is, Jordan is a part of Ball Hall University. He averaged 35. So, Scotty, you talking crazy. But, I mean, his team, his coaches was supposed to get defenders around him, 3-point shooters around him. That's what his team's supposed to do. He's the scorer. He can defend some, too. You feel me? But Scotty talking...
He does everything and embodies what the game is truly about.
Scotty talking reckless.
The rest of the book was even more critical about Jordan and The Last Dance, saying that every episode was the same. Michael on a pedestal, his teammates secondary, referred to as his supporting cast. Michael could shoot 6 for 24 from the field, commit 5 turnovers, and he was still, in the minds of the adoring press and public, the errorless Jordan.
The GOAT effect, bro.
Scotty was also pissed that Jordan received $10 million for his involvement in the documentary, while he and the rest of the Bulls got nothing. Pip wasn't done there, and he also unloaded on Phil Jackson during an interview with Dan Patrick.
No, I understand that, Scotty. I'm just going by what you said. You said you need to read between the fine lines. It was a racial move to give Tony Kukoc a rise.
So, well, I mean, if you knew that Scottie Pippen had been with the Bulls from '87, wouldn't you give Scottie Pippen one opportunity to get a last-second shot without Michael Jordan?
But have you talked to Phil about this? Because by saying a racial move, then you're calling Phil a racist.
I don't got a problem with that.
Now, Scotty, come on. Come on now, Scotty. I don't know Phil Jackson. I don't know Phil Jackson at all. But come on now, Scotty. Come on, Scotty. The GOAT of coaching? Come on now.
Scotty took shots at Charles Barkley, calling him not dedicated enough to win a title, and Isaiah Thomas, whom he called a dirty player. However, while we do agree that The Last Dance was overly centered on Jordan, and that there is a lot of truth in Pippen's words about the documentary, we can't escape the feeling that Scotty overreacted. In the doc, MJ still said there is no Jordan without Pippen. The Last Dance covered how underpaid Pippen was, and his success as the leader of the Bulls without Jordan. Phil Jackson called Scotty the second best player in the league, and the doc mentioned Pippen guarding Magic in the '91 finals instead of Jordan, a key moment that turned the series around. So for Scotty to be going on this kind of media rampage, it just feels like a bit too much. We understand that it's hard to be the Robin to Jordan's Batman and live constantly in his shadow, and then relive that all over again in the documentary.
The documentary,
But
yeah.
after the dust settled and all
That doc hurt a lot of folks. I'm talking about it hurt a lot of people. I mean, Jordan, he's the one in the one. Should have gone, bruh. Jordan can do what he want.
the insults had landed, it sounds like Pippen was just trying to say outlandish quotes to sell more copies of his book. And throughout all of Pippen's bad-mouthing, Jordan never said another word publicly. There was no statement, trash talking,
Too
or
much
even
aura. He
acknowledging
ain't got to.
Pippen suddenly turned into his biggest hater. It was only a sign that all the bridges were burned and that their relationship was broken beyond repair. To add insult to injury, in 2022, MJ's son Marcus Jordan started dating Scotty's ex.
He started giving his ex back. No, matter of fact, Scottie Pippen, ex-wife, mother of his kids. Jordan's son started giving her back shots. Back shots, that is crazy. Yeah. I want to fight after this. Yeah, I'm trying to fight Jordan. Yeah, I've been trying to fight. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I've been trying to fight Jordan after this one.
Ex-wife,
I would've got
Barca
another
Pippen,
book.
which certainly didn't feel good for her ex-husband. Wherever Scotty looked, Jordan was sticking it to a Pippen.
Oh! I can say whatever Jordan. Yo, Scotty. Oh my. He said wherever Scotty looked, Jordan was sticking it to a Pippen from the back too. Oh my, this is crazy. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, this is crazy. I kind of feel like she wanted revenge, but I don't feel like she was getting fed up with Scotty or something. I don't know, but this is crazy. Scotty, you gotta get back for
And
this.
it seems like his anger towards MJ will not stop anytime soon.
It won't, boy. Hell nah. Boy, your son hit my goddamn mother of my kid, boy. You gotta see me, boy.
Barca Pippen,
You
which
gotta see
certainly
me,
didn't
boy.
feel good for her ex-husband.
You gotta see me, boy. Boy, that crazy, man. Look, man, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this situation, bro. And the fact that Jordan's son was hitting his wife, that is crazy. Yo, that's crazy. Things that ever happened in NBA history, bro. But look, man, hit that subscribe button, man. I'm gonna see y'all next one, though, man.